Hi, John Stead from HMH. Today we're going to talk about negative gearing. I reckon on average probably once a month for the last 20 years someone has asked me what is negative gearing. So today we're going to give a simple explanation of what negative gearing is and how it works. So first of all, let's look at these two words, negative and gearing. Negative in this context simply means losing or making a loss, coming up with a negative result. And gearing is just a fancy word for borrowing, using someone else's money. So you put the two words together and you have losing by borrowing, which on the surface doesn't seem to make much sense. I mean, who would borrow to lose money? What it's all about is generating a tax loss and using someone else's money, borrowed money, to do that. So, in order to see how this works, let's go to a practical example. Let's assume you buy a property for say $600,000, $635,000 all up with stamp duty and legals. You have an $85,000 deposit and you borrow $550,000. Assuming a rental yield of 4% per annum, you get income of $24,000. Against this, you incur interest costs on the loan of about $33,000. You have additional expenses including council rates, probably body corporate fees and some repairs and maintenance. If you add up those expenses, take it away from your income, you have a loss to date of about $13,200 per annum or $255 per week. You then get a tax allowance for some depreciable items, which is not an actual cash outlay but helps to contribute to a loss for tax purposes, which on my example is about $15,700. And if you're paying 30 cents in the dollar tax, it'll save you a little over $4,700 in tax. Therefore, your net after-tax cost is just under $8,500 per annum. If you hold the property for say 10 years, it will have cost you almost $85,000 in addition to your initial purchase price of $635,000. So you need to be sure that you can sell the property for at least $735,000 in order to break even after capital gains tax. Things to watch out for: you'll need a deposit, otherwise it becomes very expensive if you can get the money. Secondly, interest rates aren't always this low, so you must build in a safety margin to ensure that you can take account of rising interest rates. Thirdly, choose your property carefully, position, 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 and do lots of homework to ensure your affordability. So to recap, negative gearing is about borrowing money to make a tax loss. Loss borrowing is really what it's all about. It does work, but there are pitfalls. Make sure you do your homework, make sure you understand, hasten slowly and take professional advice. And that, friends, is negative gearing in a nutshell.